Hey guys, this is Mrs. Harbin, and this is Advanced Math. Welcome to our mini unit on slope and linear equations. And we've already reviewed coordinate points, the Cartesian plane, how to graph a linear equation, how to find the slope, and now we're going to take a look at something called slope-intercept form. None of this should be new to you. This should all be a review, but if you do have questions, make sure you write those down as we're going. Pause the video, go back and watch what you need to watch as we review this information. Let's start with a lesson opener just to get you thinking. Go ahead and solve for y. Remember that when solving for y, that doesn't mean that we're going to know an exact value of y, like y equals 2 or y equals -1. In this case, since we have a second variable, whether it's x or b or m, when we solve for y, what we're really doing is just rewriting the equation so that y is by itself on one side and everything else is on the other. So we're solving in terms of y. Well, in order to solve the first one, we've got to get rid of this 2b. We have a positive 2b, so we need to add a negative 2b to both sides. That simplifies to y equals a minus 2b. In order to get the y by itself in the second equation, we need to get rid of this negative 2x. Well, a positive 2x will take care of that, so let's add a positive 2x to both sides, and we get y equals positive 2x minus 8. And here we have 10 plus 2y equals 6m. The first thing we need to do is get the 2y by itself. So we'll do that by subtracting 10 from both sides. That gives me 2y equals 6m minus 10. Now the y is still not by itself. It's being multiplied by 2. And so the way I undo that is dividing by 2. And I've got to divide everything on the other side by 2. So that gives me y equals 3m minus 5. I have to divide both the 6m by 2 and the negative 10 over 2 is negative 5. So I've got to divide both of those terms by that single term 2. All right, try solving for y on your own. Pause the video, check your work when you are ready to see if you did it correctly. All right, so in the first one, when I solve for y, what I end up with is negative y equals x plus 6z. But I don't want a negative y. So I've got a negative y equals x plus 6z. I want y to be positive, and the way I get rid of this negative 1 here is divide by negative 1. I've got to do that to the other side. And negative 1y divided by negative 1 is y. Negative x divided by x divided by negative 1 is negative x. And 6z divided by negative 1 is negative 6z. So that's how all those signs got changed. We're going to do something very similar here when we're solving for this y because it is a negative 2y. The first thing we need to do is get rid of this 5x. So I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. And I get negative 2y equals 10 minus 5x. I'll then divide everything by negative 2 so that I get y equals x minus 5. Our life application for this unit is that you, the student, will see that representing information in multiple forms should maintain the integrity of the information. Our graph should match our data should match our graph. There shouldn't be anything that's lost when we just translate that to a different form. The same is true in our lives. When we speak God's written word, it should be matched with an illustration of God's word in action. There shouldn't be a disconnect between what we say and what we do. What people see and what people hear should be the same thing, just like our numbers should match our graphs. Our lesson objective for today is that you, the student, will write and graph linear equations and identify slope and y-intercepts of a linear equation. So several different things we're doing here today. Let's start off by talking about slope-intercept form. In our first video, we talked about standard form of a line, which was ax plus by equals c. And you see that our x and our y were on the same side in standard form. In slope-intercept form, we have y equals mx plus b. You notice that the a and the c have disappeared, and this m and this b, which came out of this by doing some math, are going to represent two different things. The m we already know is the slope of the line. We learned all about m in our previous lesson. The b is going to be the y-intercept, which is the y coordinate where x is 0 and the line passes the y-axis. So it might be here, it might be here, but our b is going to be our y-intercept. Let's take 3x plus 2y equals 6, which is standard form, and change that to slope-intercept form. To do that, we need to solve for y. So to get the y term by itself, the first thing I want to do is subtract 3x. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I end up with 2y equals 6 minus 3x. Oop, that should be an x. The y is still not by itself. It's being multiplied by 2, so I need to divide it by 2. And I need to do that to both terms on the other side as well. I get y equals 3 minus 3 halves x. Now, I want my x term to be listed first. So I'm going to rewrite that as y equals negative 3 halves x plus 3. Remember that our slope-intercept form was y equals mx plus b. It's called slope-intercept because it gives us both the slope and the y-intercept. So here we can see our slope is negative 3 halves, and we know from our previous lesson in Mr. Slopeface that that is a downward slope. Here's our upward slope, here's undefined, and here's 0. That's going to be a downward slope. And we know that it's going to cross the y-axis at positive 3. The standard form of a linear equation, like we already said, is 3x plus 2y equals 6. We also have slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, which we just looked at. And then we have something called function form or function notation. And in that form, we change our y to look like f of x. F of x just means y is a function of x. Y depends on what the x is. So these are 3 different forms that you might see equations written in. The slope-intercept form of a line is used to quickly graph our line. First, we would plot the y-intercept. Then we would use the slope, the rise over run, to plot one or more other points. Let's try to graph y equals 1/2 x plus 4. First thing that we would plot is our y-intercept, and you can see it's already on the graph. We're crossing the y-axis at 0, 4. So we start at the origin 0, we don't go left to right, and we just go straight up 4. Our slope is 1/2, so our rise is 1, and our run is 2. Okay, so we'll go up 1 and over 2, up 1 and over 2. You'll see that we could also go down 1 and to the left 2, because that is also equal to a positive 1/2. Down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. We know that our slope is positive. This is a positive slope, so our line should be going this direction. That's a good way to check to make sure we're graphing it correctly. When we connect those dots, we'll see that in fact we do have a line going in the positive slope. We'll draw a line through the points just to check our work, and there we go. A positive slope with a positive line with a 1/2 slope that passes through the 0, 4 point. Let's write 2x plus 3y equals negative 3 as a linear function. The first thing that we want to do is to go ahead and solve for y, so we're going to subtract 2x from both sides, and then we will divide everything by 3 so that we can get the y by itself. We get y equals negative 2/3 x minus 1. This is slope-intercept form because it gives us the slope-intercept of y. In order to change that to function form, we change our y to f of x. Everything else stays the same. Let's go ahead and write y equals 3 in slope-intercept form. Well, we know that y equals 3 is a horizontal line because y equals 3 no matter what your value of x is. And we know that a horizontal line has a 0 slope. So we will plug in 0x, 0 into our slope form here. And we know that y is going to cross the intercept or the y-axis. This line is going to cross the y-axis at 3. 1, 2, 3, because y equals 3 for our y-intercept. We get y equals 0x plus 3. So the slope is 0, the intercept is 3. When we graph that, we get a horizontal line just like we said we would. We can write that in function notation as f of x equals 3. No matter what x we put in here, our y will always be 3. This is called a constant function because it is constantly 3. It is equal to a number and a number only, a constant number. It's never equal to a variable. There are no x's that can be put in there that would change this function. It does not vary. It is constant. It is constantly 3. All right, guys, today we found the slope of a graphed line, and we found the slope of a line passing through two given points. She did that in a previous lesson. Other things that we did here, we practiced solving for y and changing our equation from standard form, ax plus by equals c, to slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. We also talked about a third way to record this called function notation or function form, which is f of x equals mx plus b. Remember that m is your slope and b is your y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. If you guys have any questions, be sure to write those down and ask me next class.